Hi learners, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me for another math session. So we have already completed one chapter and this is the first part of the next chapter which is called the Introduction to Algebra. So let's start. So before starting that topic or introduction to algebra, I have just I have given here the glossary because this chapter contains many terms. Okay, so we should be aware of the terms first, and many of them we might be knowing it, but that will be a brush up to all those who know. But let us go for the terms first and then start with the exercise. Okay, so here you will in terms like for the glossary one, you will not get the detailed explanation on it. But once you start with the exercise, there the things are going to be more clear. Okay, so now let us start with the first term. That is, first thing you should know what is algebra. Okay, so now what we can say over here, that is, it is a branch of mathematics dealing with letters, numbers, and symbols. That is forming the mathematical relations. So now let us see what do we mean by these letters, numbers, and symbols. Now let us take this one equation. Okay, so now here you can see that is letters means here the letter is x. Okay, so here in place of this x, it can be any letter from A to Z. Okay, so of course from A to Z anything you call it as a letter only. So we have the letter over here. So this satisfied the condition. Okay, now it says the number. So we have a number over here. Okay, and of course this is a symbol. Symbol means 1 is equal to is one of the symbol. Okay, so what we can say, 2x plus 6 is equal to 16 is an algebraic equation. Okay, hope you got it. So now we will go for the next term, that is called the variable, and this is very important. Again, a symbol used to represent unknown number. So it is also denoted by letters. So you must have seen in many questions here that what is the value of x, what is the value of a, and so on. Isn't it? You must have come across that one. So that is like what is that called? That is called the unknown. Okay, we have to find out value of it. So again, that also we are going to see in the exercise. Here just I'm giving you an equation to show how it looks like. So now if I write a 5x plus 3 is equal to 9. So when you solve this 5x plus 3 is equal to 9, okay, so 5x will be 9 minus 3 because why? Again, I will tell you later why that minus is. That is when we are doing the exercise, if this is plus 3, it goes to the other side, it becomes minus. So how will you write it? 5x plus 3 is equal to 9. So 5x is equal to 9 minus 3 and 5x will be 6. So x is going to be 6 divided by 5. And why we divide this? Because this is a multiplication. So when it is changing the place, the 5 is changing the place, it is going to get divided. Okay, so that we are not going to see deep in it right now. Okay, so I'll show you later. Now this 5x is 9, so now it says that we got the value of x, right? Now, so x is the variable over here. Okay, so now again the next term says that expression. So now what does this say? Mathematical phrase without, this is very important, without an equal sign. Okay, now can you see this one? It says 3x plus 7. So it says this is because it doesn't have is equal to something, right? It doesn't have it. So that when we can say this is an algebraic expression. Okay. And now, because you should know what is the difference between the expression and the equation. That is very important. So you have to just write all again and again. I keep on repeating in my videos that do write all these things in your notes. Okay. So like we have to keep on revising it. Now here, this is an equation. So statement asserting equality between expressions. Okay. So now in this equation, this is without equal to sign and this is with, this is equality. So 4x minus 12 minus 8 is equal to 12. So this is the equal sign. Okay. So this is called an algebraic equation and this is called the algebraic expression. Hope you got it. Okay. Here there is an additional is equal to and then there is a number over here. Okay, so these both you have to know the difference. Now the next says that is a coefficient. Now the coefficient means it is a numerical factor of a term. Now when I write, suppose this one 3x, right? So now there is a variable along with 3. So suppose somebody asks you what is the coefficient of x? Okay, so you have to say 3. So the number, Coefficient means that is a number we can say. So 3 is the coefficient of it. Okay. The next one says that is the term. So it is a single mathematical expression in an algebraic expression. Okay. So now see here. Actually, when I write 2x plus 6, so we can say this plus is a separator. It can be plus, it can be minus. So we have to see before this plus what is there and after plus what is there. So that are the terms. It can be still something should be either a plus or minus, and some number will be here. Then we can say there are 3 terms, 2x, 6, and suppose now here is 8, suppose. Anything it can be. So we can say 2x plus 3, 6 plus 8, that are the terms. Means it depends like how the expression is. Okay. So now what we can say, this 2x is one term and this is the other term. So 2x and 6 are terms. Hope you got it. So now let us look for the constant one. So constant means, what does the constant say? That is term without a variable. Without a variable, this is very important. So when we write here 2x plus 3, so what we can see over here, so here we cannot, this is one term and this is the second term. So this is term. There are 2 terms, okay, we can understand. But we cannot consider this because it has a variable. This 3 is alone. That doesn't have a variable. So 3 is a constant. Okay. So now we will go for the next one. That says the algebraic operation. So basic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and that is the division. That is a simple one. So 3 plus 2, suppose I write here, that involves the algebraic operation of what? Addition, of course. Okay. So that's easy. Now we'll go for the main important also one. This is a term, that is the arithmetic sequence. So what we can see here, sequence with a constant difference. You know the difference, okay? Difference means this whenever you subtract it, isn't it? So now look at it between terms. Now when I write here 2, 5, 8, 10, 11. So when you see here, when you do 5 minus 2, so that is going to be 3. 8 minus 5, that is going to be 3. 11 minus 8, that is going to be 3. This what happened here, this 3 remains constant, isn't it? So this is an arithmetic sequence we can see. When the difference is it remains constant. So what with this one, we have a difference of what we can write 3. Hope you got with the arithmetic sequence. Then there is one more term that is called the geometric sequence. Okay. So now what I'm going to do here, a sequence with a constant ratio. There was difference means where we are going to subtract. Here ratio means, you know, when I write here 3:5, that can be also written as 5/3. Okay. So now what are we going to do? We are going to see how the ratio is. Now we have, suppose we'll take these 2 numbers. Okay. So what are we going to do? We know that is 6 divided by 2, that is 3. Again, when we go for these 2 numbers, 18 divided by 6, that is going to be 3. Again, we go these 2 numbers, 54 divided by 18, that is going to be 3. And so on. This is what you can see, the ratio of all these numbers is the same. So we can call it as a geometric sequence. Okay, so common ratio we have this as 3. So now this, can you see the difference between the arithmetic sequence and the geometric sequence? Here the difference is constant, here the ratio is constant. Hope you got it. Okay, now we will look for the next term, that is called the linear equation. So this also is one of the most important term. So this you know, algebra is one of the most we say that is the heart of maths. We can say the algebra, that is also it has got more of weightage, isn't it? So this is very important topic. So I have started with the glossary first. Okay, so hope you are good, and then of course I'm going to do the exercise part of it, but you should know the terms first. Okay, now when we say the linear means it is like a straight. Okay, when you draw, suppose this is a graph, we say which is the linear graph, means it should be a straight line. Okay, now but now here we are not going to see about that thing, we are going to see what does it mean first. So equation of the first degree. So first degree means when I write here 2x. So this x says that there is 1 over here. In exponents, if you have done exponents, you will see that, or if not, we will see that chapter later on. So we don't usually write x, anything raised to 1, that is going to be the same. So this is, we'll say, this is the what. So actually what we can say, that is the 1. So when I write here 2x square, so what does this say? This x says the 2 means that is the second degree. Okay, so here means it is can you see here this, we have only x is single. Okay, so this is a linear equation. 2x minus 2 is equal to 6 is a linear equation. Okay, now let us go for this also again, it's an important one, that is a quadratic equation. So here we say of the second degree. There, what did we say? That is of the equation of the first degree. This is of the second degree. So as I said, now can you look at the highest degree over here? This is 2. Hope you got it. See here, this is x square, then is x, and then is a constant term. And actually, for the quadratic equation of you have the general form of the equation as ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. That also you have to remember. This is the general form of the quadratic equation. Okay. So now here a means now here you cannot see anything, but actually there is 1 over here. So a is 1, b is going to be 4, and c is nothing but you will take along with the sign, that is minus 6. Hope you got it. Okay. So this also we will see later. So this is the equation. This is a quadratic equation. Okay. So now let us go for the next term that is called an inequality. So again, in inequality, what does this say? That mathematical sentence indicate a relationship between expression. Means now here this is the expression. Okay. So what does this say? This is the inequality sign. Okay. So 2x is greater than 12. Okay. Now the factoring. Factoring also, all are important terms. So now factoring also, that is the breaking down an expression into its factors. Now see here, now if I consider this one, okay, this is an expression. So this it gives x plus 3 and x minus 3, because this is nothing but this also is a perfect square and this also is a perfect square. So this is going to be what the factors of this are going to be. This is actually, it can be also written as x square minus 3 square. So whenever we have the formula for this one, that is going to be like this is a square minus b square. This is the general form of the equation formula. So that is going to be a plus b and a minus b. This is what is the formula, not made by me, but it is a standard form. Okay, that is made by somebody. Okay, so now you have to remember what is that. A square minus b square is a plus b and a minus b. So this formula you have to note down. So whenever we say find out the factors of it, so means what does this say? This is a and this is b, and this is again a and this is b, and this is the minus sign over here. Okay, because whenever this is in the form of a square minus b square. Hope you got it. Okay, so these are the factors of it. Now the like terms. Like means, what do you mean by like? Like means the same. What do you mean by like? Like means the same. Okay, so when two or more algebraic terms have the same variables, okay, and again here what we have to see, even the powers of the variables are also the same, then the terms are called as like terms. Okay, now see the we can see here, this is a over here, this is also a, here this b, here this is also b. We are not going to look at the number, that is called the coefficient. Okay, that can be different, but only we have to look what did they say with the same variables, and they didn't say the same numbers. Okay, the variables is important. Again, what we have to look at that, not only if it is here 6ab and here is 75a square b. So these are not the like terms. We have to look at the powers as well. Can you see? This is also a square and this is also a square. Okay, and this is also b and this is also b. Hope you got it. So the power, this power is very important. Okay, so it says the powers of the variables also it should be the same. Now the unlike terms. Unlike means, what do you mean in simple way? That is different. Okay, so when two or more algebraic terms have different variables, we can, or same variable. Okay, it can be the same variable. I'll later on tell you what it is. With different, but the powers can be different over here. Then the terms are called as unlike. Now can you look at here? This is, of course, we are not going to look at the coefficient. Now this is a square and this is a, isn't it? So even the powers are different. Okay, variables actually these are the same here, but here the powers are, here the powers are different. Okay, and here again we can see b and this is b square. So these are called the unlike terms. Okay. So now the next term, that is the monomial. Monomial means mono. What do you mean by mono means what? Okay. So always remember monom is 1. So expression consisting of what we can say only one term is known as monomial. Okay, so now can you see here 3x, 5y, 15 ABC? Because what we can see after 3x, we don't have any other term, isn't it? So 3x is alone, we don't have anything over here. Same with 5y, same with this one. So they are called the monomial. Okay, now the binomial, bi means 2. Okay, so here what does this say? An expression consisting of two terms. Well, it should be only two. Okay, so that is called as binomial. Now can you see here? This, as I said, plus is the either it can be plus or minus is the separator. This is one term and this is the other term. So here there are two terms. Now when you consider this one, again here there are two terms. This is the separator. Okay, again when you take this one, these are the two terms. So these are called the binomials. Again trinomial. Tri means three. Expression consisting of three terms is known as trinomial. Can you see this expression? 1, 2, 3, three terms. Same if you consider here 1, 2, 3, and so on. Okay? So you have understood, hope you have understood with the monomial, binomial, and the trinomial. Now this polynomial. Polynomial means it can be more than one. It can be any number of terms. That will be more than one. That is called a polynomial. Okay? So what will the expression consist of one or more than one term is known as polynomial. Okay, so now it can be 3x plus 4yz plus this is more than 3, of course. Okay, yeah. So these are called the polynomials. Okay. So this was something about today's glossary part of the introduction of the that is the introduction to algebra. Okay. So the next the exercise directly from the same book I will start in my next video. Okay. So hope you have got the terms and do again. Hi learners, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me for another math session. So this is the second part of the chapter. That is the next chapter. What we have done, the glossary we have done before. And this is the exercise part, that is the introduction to algebra. So let's start. So now the first exercise, the first question says that look at the given pattern carefully and complete the table. Okay, so the pattern is given. Okay, and now we have to complete the table accordingly. So here the table I have just pasted it over here, but don't look at these answers first. I'll explain to you how I got this answers. Okay, so now they said look at the given pattern carefully and complete the table, and this pattern is given. And again what we have to do, write the generalized formula for the number of matchsticks. Okay, so now this is given already. Okay, so what does this say? Number of pentagons. So this is, penta means 5. Okay, 5 number of sides. So this is 1. When we join this, these are 2 pentagons. These are 3 we can see. So in this pentagon, let us see the side, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now we can also write here number of matchsticks. This we can also write directly without using the formula also. But now what you can see here, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so now what you can see, in between this, these are 5 and these are 9. So there is a difference of 4, isn't it? 9 minus 5 is 4. Now this when 3 are joined together, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. This is 13. So what does the first say? 5, 9 and 13. So again what you can see in this, between this also there is a difference of 4. So now what we can do, now we have to write the formula based on this one. So we have to think of what will be the formula for this. So when the number of pentagons are 1, we have 5 and the difference should be 4. So here directly also we can write, we can take the difference of here for this one 3 we can write a difference here, but this is 5. So we have to think of one formula, isn't it? Because these are 5 pentagons. Okay, so we cannot keep on drawing 5 pentagons and then 8 and 10. So we'll think of some formula. So here the generalized formula for this one is 1. There is 1 here 1, and the number of mastics are 5. Okay, and then what we can do, when we subtract here, this will be 1 minus 1. So this is going to be 0. So 5 minus 0 is going to be 5. Okay, now let us see when the number of n is the number of, what is n here? N is the number of pentagons. Okay, now suppose it is 2 over here. The number of pentagons are 2, like this here. 2 into 5 is 10, and minus, if you write it, 2 minus 1, that is 2 minus 1 is 1. So 10 minus 1. So this is 10 and this is 1. So 10 minus 1, that is going to be 9. So this satisfies the equation over here. Okay, so now let us see for 3. If we write here 3 into 5, number of pentagons are 3. And here we write here 3 minus 1. So what does this say? 15 minus here, this is 2. So that is 13. So that means this formula works. Okay. So now what I have done the workout over here. So when n is 1, I just put in this formula because we have finalized this formula, right? Okay. So we got 5. When n is 2, pentagons are 2, n means number of pentagons, we get 9. When this is 3, we just put the value, n value over here 3. Okay. And when we solve, we get 13. Now again, what did they say here? They said number of pentagons is 5. So we have to put in the same formula when number of n is 5. So 5 and here 5, that will be 25. And here 5 minus this is going to be 4. So 25 minus 4 is going to be 21. Again, here what is the number of pentagons is 8. So here when n is 8, so if we put here n is 8, 8 into 5, that is going to be 40. And this 8 here minus 1, that is 7. So that is going to be 33. Now when n is 10, so here 10 and here 5. So already 5 is there from the formula. So 10 5s are 50. And here when we put 10 minus 1 is 9. So 50 minus 9, that is 41. So I just put it with the white one. So this, you have to write this answers over here. Okay. Hope you got this one. So this was the simple one. Now let us go for the next question. What does the next question say? That form an algebraic expression. We have seen that the glossary part in my previous video. If you haven't seen what is the expression and what is the equation, all the terms I have explained to you. So go to that video. Okay. So now they said for each of the following statements, so we have to form an algebraic expression. Okay. So what does this say? 3 more. Okay. Then a number. So we don't know the number and we have to add, when they say 3 more means we have to add to it. So what will we do? First thing we will think of this number. So what will we write here? Let the number be x. When we write n and o and put a full stop, that means the short form for number. So let the number be x. And then what did they say? 3 more than a number. So when they say 3 more than a number means we have considered this as x. So what are we going to write? X plus 3. Is that clear? They just said to write the expression and not solve for them. Okay? Hope that is clear. So now the next one, what does this say? 5 less than a number. So again here we can write let the number be x. Okay? And 5 less means you have to subtract 5 from x. Okay? Now here this is the third one. They said 2 taken away from a number. Again here let the number be x. Okay, and taken away means this is going to be subtraction. So x minus 2. And here see, you'll say, why should I write this step and all this thing? Maybe in some cases they won't expect this step. But here in maths, like, whenever you do any problems, like, you have to see that if your steps are more, there are less likely means you we say the more the steps, the less the mistakes. Okay, so it hardly takes, if you write 1 or 2 steps more, it hardly takes a half minute or 1 minute max. Okay, so don't try to cut down the steps. Okay, so and you must have seen in my videos also. So wherever possible, and I try to maximize the more steps. Okay, you will see my answers, like how the explanation will be with more steps. Okay, so follow that thing and you should be perfect. Okay, now the next one, what does this say? 1 added to twice a number. Okay, 1 added to 2. So now what will we do? We don't know twice a number will not directly jump over here. Also, I said increase the steps. So now look at here. Directly, we are not going to see twice a number. First, from that also, I can split up. So what will I say? Let the number be x. Okay, and then twice a number means it is going to be, because we consider the number as x, and twice a number is going to be 2x. So what does this 2x says? That there is a multiplication sign in between, but usually we don't write that multiplication sign. That 2x means it is understood there is multiplication in between. Okay, now twice means you have to multiply. Okay, now there 1 is added to it, means it is added to what we thought of twice a number. So we are going to write here 2x and plus 1. Hope that is clear. Now what the next problem says, that 2 taken away from twice a number means that is 3 times. Okay, so again we'll write here let the number be x. Twice a number means 3x, and taken away means subtraction, so 3x minus 2. Hope that is clear. Now here look at the next one. They said 2/3 of a number. 2/3 of a number means off. Now this consonant is off. Okay, so first let us write a number, so let the number be off. So when we say 2/3 means this is going to be 2 by 3. Off we will write as it is first. A number means we have considered the number as x. So now what are we going to do? 2 by 3, whenever the off means it says that is multiplication. Off means multiplication. Okay, now this is x, so we can also write, as I said, we can directly write over here like this. So that says that 2 by 3 multiplied by x. Okay, now let us go to the next one. They said 2 added to 5/5 of a number. Again, now what are we going to do? First, let us start with let the number be x. Then 5/6 is going to be what? 5 by 6. Off means, as I said, that is multiplication. So you are going to put here multiplication. Our number means we have considered the number as x in this one. Okay, so we are going to put here x. So that is nothing but 5 by 6x. So that is not completed. Then what did they say? 2 added to all these things, isn't it? 5 by 6, 5/6 of a number, is it? So 5/6x, and you are going to add 2 to it. This is the final answer. Okay, now they said 3 times a number. This is very easy. So our number means let the number be x. 3 times is going to be 3x. Okay, now 4 divided by a number. So by a number means let the number be x. 4 divided by x. Simple. Okay, now look at here. 9 less than 10 times a number. First, directly we are not going to say 10 times, but let the number be x. 10 times a number, what it is going to be? That is going to be 10 into x. That is 10x. Okay, less than again. That is 10x, and we have to 9 less than. So 10x minus 9. Hope you are getting it. Okay, so this was the one. So we'll go for the next question. Now they said write statement for each of the following algebraic expression. Okay, now there what was there? We had to write the algebraic this one, right? Expression here. What are we going to do? No, in the previous one, what did they say here? That we had to write the statement, form an algebraic expression you had to for each of the following here. Form and this one the algebraic expression. Okay, so now here what does this question say here? That you have to write the statement for each of the following algebraic expression, isn't it? The opposite of that one. Okay, now here this is 18 minus y. Okay, so what are you going to write for this one? So this y is something a number, right? So what are we going to say? A number. So this we are considering this as this y, that is a number. Then when we do subtraction means what will we say? Taken away from 18. Okay, so we have to write the statement for it. Now see here 3x plus 4. So what is done over here? What we can write the statement as? 4 is added to 3x means thrice of a number. As we have seen that in the previous one, 3 into x, that is thrice of a number. Okay, now 1 by 4a. So we can write here 1/4 of a number. So 1/4 of means multiplication, and this a. Okay, means we are considering the number as a. Okay, so we'll write here 1/4 of a number. And here now p minus 3. So what is this? Minus means 3. So now 3 less than a number. This is a number, and 3 less than a number. Okay, Now we'll go for the next question. What does the next question say? Write all the terms of the following. Again, the terms, I had told you how to see the terms in the glossary part, the previous video. So terms means, now see here, this, can you see in between these variables? We can see this one. This is plus sign, means we can call it as a separator. So we have to see the before and after number. So 1, 2, and 3. So which are the terms? This x, y, and 2z. These are the terms. Okay, sorry, this one. Okay, so now here in the second one, what does it say? X minus 6z. Okay, here is minus, so you have to be very careful over here. Many of them missed this one, so they just write x and 6z. That is wrong. You have to write for this one along with the sign. Okay, here also of course that is along with the sign, but usually when we write 1, we don't write plus 1. So that is understood that when we write 1, that is plus 1 itself. Okay, but whenever there is minus, you have to write that minus. Okay, so you have to take this term along with the sign. Hope that is clear. Okay, now here this is 2x and this 5. These are the two terms. Okay, now 4x, this is just one term. X, and again here can you see this is minus 1 by 2. So x and the second term is minus 1 by 2. Okay, don't forget the minus 1. And here 4 by 3 x is 4 by 3, this will be x over here. Okay, and 2. Okay, so now this is something for the terms. Okay, now we will go for the factors. So now we are going to see the factors. Now just concentrate on this one. See here, they are given this number and we have to find out all the factors of it. So what we will do, this minus sign for time being, we will not keep it at side first. Now let us take one number. This is 3. See, 3 means we can also write 1 3s are 3 or 3 1s are 3, right? So the factors of 3 are 1 and 3. Okay, so we'll write here 1. Then 3. We are not going to consider this sign first. Okay, so we are just going to concentrate over here. So first thing, 3 is done. Then what will be the factors? X, y, z. Okay, these are one possibility. Again, what will be the possibility? This into this will be one factor. Then this into this is going to be one possibility. Then this into this. Okay, then what will be that? We can take this all together. Then what we can do, 3x and z. Okay, 3xz. Then what we can do, 3yz. Okay, these are one of the possibility. Then again we can take this into this, x into y. Then we can take x into z. Then y into z, that is yz. Okay, then all 3 together, x, y, z. Okay, and then what we can do, 3xyz. Is that clear? So these are the factors first for the, we don't consider this negative sign, only if we consider this one. Okay, these are the factors for that. And now what are we going to do? Definitely that minus we have to consider for the factors, but that was only, we had to keep it at side for time being, because otherwise while writing the factors there will be some confusion. Okay, now what are we going to do? Something what we can do over here, since we have written these factors, we can do what we can write, because now we are going to take minus. Okay, so same, we will take all these things, okay, these all things, and just keep on putting minus here. Can you see here? So this here, just put the minus sign over here. Here, so just put the minus sign over here. Okay, so these are all the factors of minus 3xyz. Okay, there are many, but you have to, when you are writing the factors, you have to be very careful while writing the factors. So you must have now seen why did we keep this minus at the side for the first part. Okay, okay, now we will go for the next one. So now you can see here 27p. 27p means when you find the factors for this one. So what are the possibility? This 27 is divisible by 1. Then again by 3. It's not divisible by 2. Then we can go for 9. Okay, 9 it is divisible. And then the number itself, that is 27. So these 1, 3, 9, 7, these are the factors for 27. Okay. Now what will be the other factor? We'll just write p. Okay, now what will be there, since we have written here, let me write that 1, 3, 9 and 27. Okay, these are the factors for 27. Okay, so now look at here. So what are we going to consider? P is of course over here, that 3 into p, that is 3p. 9 into p, that is 9p, 27 into p, that is 27p. And this p alone, of course, we have to write this p alone. Okay, is that clear? Okay, that is for 1. Okay, 1 into p is that p. Okay, now we'll go for the next one. So again, as I said, this is again negative, which is very dangerous sign, and this is 12 CD. So right now again this one we'll keep at this side as we did for the previous for the problem number A. So now factors of 12. 12 factors are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12, is it? So now what are we going to do? Here again 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. Okay, and then we'll write here C and D. So C and D. So then what are the possibility? 2 into C, that is 2C. 3 into C, that is 3C. 4 into C, that is 4C. 6 into C, that is 6C. And 12 into C, that is 12C. Okay. So now what are the other possibilities? You can write here 2 into D, that is 2D. 3 into 3D. 4 into D, 4D. 6 into D, 6D. And 12 into D is 12D. Okay. And now what we have to write? We have to combine this both. Again, 2 into CD, 3 into CD, 4 into CD, 6 into CD, 12 into CD. So hope that is clear. So these are the only possibilities over here. Okay, these are the possibilities. Okay, and now as we did it for the previous one, that is for A. Now we'll take the negative sign. So what are you going to do? Negative, negative, negative. Same thing, but you will put a negative sign over here. Okay, and now what are you going to do? Again the same thing. You will just see for that one. Okay. Okay, so this part is clear. Now what are you going to do? The next question says that write the numerical coefficient of the following. So you know the coefficient. Coefficient means this also term I have done in my glossary part, the previous video, just go through that. Coefficient means it is a number. Okay, so now what are we going to write? This is the variable here, and the coefficient of this variable, this is x, so that is 2. So the answer is the numerical coefficient of this is 2. Okay, now look at the second one, the B part. Now this is AB. Okay, the coefficient of that is 4. Okay, now this is PQ1. The coefficient of this is 10. Now here is XYZ. The coefficient of this is going to be minus. Minus means here. What does this say? It means there is a 1 over here which we cannot see. Because see, 1 multiplied by 5 is 5, right? So here we usually don't write 5. We just write sometimes 5, isn't it? So we don't multiply that by same like 1, 1, 1. We don't take it. But anything multiplied by means 1 into x is going to be x. Okay. Now so here the negative sign, so it is going to be negative 1, the coefficient of that. So this is important. Okay. Now 1 by 3x, that is 1 by 3. Again, this for ABC, that is minus 3. So minus 3 is the coefficient of that. Okay. Now let us go for the next one. What does this say that? For exercise 7.2, form an algebraic expression for each of the following statement. Okay. So now what did they say here? X added to twice of y. So twice of y. Twice of y means 2 of means I said that is multiplication. So 2 into y, that is going to be 2y. Okay, and then to that x is added. Okay, so for 2y that x is added. Here only we have to form an algebraic expression, we don't have to solve it. Then 100 more than 10 times n. When 10 times n means times means multiplication. Okay, so that is going to be 10n. Okay, and 100 is more than 10 times n. So what are you going to write here? More than 10 times n means plus 100. So 10n you will write and plus 100. Okay. Now look at here. This is important. Now m square n added to n square n. Okay. So now you know added to. Okay. So now what are you going to do when it is added to this one? So this number should be first. So you will write here n square n. So because this is added to. Okay. So this should come in the first. And then you are adding m square n to it. So now what I have done, because what we have to do, we have to take the common between this one. Okay. So this is one term and this is the other term. Okay. So what did I do here? N square m I can split into n square means n square is n into n. Correct? So I wrote over here. And m is here. So now see what I'm going to do. Just concentrate on this one. And m square n. M square means m into m. So I wrote here m into m, and this is n separately. So what did I write here? M into m into n. So now from these both, okay, what we can see common? Common is we can see m over here and m is also over here, correct? And now n also over here and n also over here. So that is called the common factors. Okay, so what is common? M and n. So this m and n I put outside the bracket, and what remains in the bracket is what is left in the first term, that is n, and in the second term is m. So what I'm going to write is n, and this plus sign is from here, because we are thinking of this two, right? What is common from this two? We got it to this one. This is the rough work, and then what remains is that is n plus. Okay, concentrate on this one. Now the last, this for the D1, what does this say? That a sum of x square, 2xy and y square. So now the sum means, you know what is that? That is addition, isn't it? So just you have to write just this one. We don't have to solve it. You will write x square plus 2xy plus y square. This is simple. Now 4a multiplied by 7a. So that's, multiplied by this one. Just simply 4a multiplied by 7a. And here you can write 7 4s are is 28 and a into a, that is a square. Okay, and one more thing in exponents we are going to do. A means here there is a power is 1, and again here a means the power is 1. So here the power becomes 1 plus 1, that is going to be 2. Okay, this one into a raised to 1. There are rules for that. So whenever there is a multiplication means we have to add the powers. Okay, so when we do the exponents, I'll explain to you. Okay, so right now, just think whenever a and this is a, both that you had to, there is power 1 that you had to add it. So that will be 2. Now 4a square b square c square divided by a square b square c square. So here what did I do? I did it in the vertical way, so it becomes easy for this calculation. So I wrote here 4a square and this divided by this. So now what happens here? This and this gets cancelled off. This and this gets cancelled off. This and this gets cancelled off. So what remains over here is 4. Okay. Now look at here. P square q subtracted from pq square. So now whenever this word from is used, okay, whenever this word after subtraction this from is used, now they will say suppose 3 subtracted from 8. Okay, so which are you going to write here? 8 you are going to write from, because after from your whatever the number is that you are going to write, you will write 8 minus 3. That is 5. Okay, so now same here, when the from word is used, after from whatever is there, so this is not a number, so you should not get confused. That is pq square should be at the start. After from, just remember wherever you come across this from, and then you are going to subtract p square q. Again, this I did in the rough work to take the common one. P, this one I have just split it up. This one p square q, I have just split it up. What is common over here? P and Q, P, Q and Q. So I have written here PQ as common. And then what remains in the bracket is, from this first term, Q remains. So this is Q. This is a minus sign. And this is the P. So P remains over here. Okay. So this was something for today. Okay. So hi learners. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me for another math session. So this is the third part of same chapter. So let's start. So in the previous video, you must have seen that we have already started with question number 1 of the exercise 7.2. Okay, so now we will go for the second question of the same exercise. So this is the continuation of 7.2 exercise. So now look at the question over here that says that perform the following operations. That is, you have to multiply this a into b. So as I said earlier in my last video, whenever you have this multiplication means like this is also the same. Here we cannot see the multiplication sign. Both are the same. Now for the second one, x into y into z. So you are just going to write a x, y, z. That's it. Now here PQ multiplied by R. So that is PQR. Now look at here. Now what we have over here, this is m square n and this is n square n. So what are we going to do over here? So now first thing we will bring the m together. So here what is that? Here is m square and this is m. So here I brought it together, and now here is n and here is n square. So I multiplied this together. So now let us see this first n. So what we can see over here, there is here is 2 and there is nothing over here. That means this is 1. So when we have multiplication and the variables, that means the base is the same. So what we do, we add that one. So 2 plus 1 becomes 3. So it will be n cube. Hope you got it. Now for the, we will see for the n. Again for this one, n means here there is 1 and 1 plus 2 becomes 3. So this is multiplied by this one, n cube. So now what will you write here? That is n cube and n cube. Okay, so here I have just given you the explanation. M is nothing but m raised to 1 and n is nothing but n raised to 1. Hope you got it. Now next one, again this says the same. So what is here? This we will go multiply this this a and this a. So what will be that? A into a cube, and then b and b, I brought it together. So now what will you do? You will concentrate over here. So that will be a, this is 1 and this is 3. So this is going to be a4. And again now we will look for this one. B is 1, 1 plus 2 is going to be 3, and which is nothing but a4 b cube. Hope you got it. The next one, now look at this problem. So first what we are going to do, these are the variables, isn't it? And along with the variable, whatever there is the number, as I told you again in the previous video, that is called the coefficient. So coefficient for this one and for this one. So what are we going to do? First we will take the coefficient together, that is 2 into 4. Then what are we going to do? A into a square, that is a into a square. Then again b into b square, that is b into b square. C into c square, so c into c square. So see, you can see these are the additional steps. So we can write directly, this is 4 into this is 8 and this one. But if you put this one extra step, so there are less chances of making mistakes. Okay, so you better write this step. Okay, so now what it becomes? Now it becomes easier. See here, coefficients are together. So this is 8. These are together means, as I said, this is 1. So you are going to add this. So it becomes 2 a cube. Again, this will take b together. This is 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. So this is 3. C means C1 into this. So that is c cube. So again, you have we'll remove the multiplication sign. So it is a cube, b cube, and c. Now we'll go for the next one. So again, what will we do here? We will take the coefficients together, that is 5, 6 and 7. So 5, 6 and 7. Then we'll take the variables x, y and z, x, y and z. So first thing we'll multiply this, the coefficients. So what is that? This is going to be 210. And this x, y, z together, that is 210 x, y, z. So now the next one. Now look at here, all are x. So here will be 1. 1 plus 2 plus 3. That is 1 plus 2 plus 3. That is going to be x raised to 6. Now this is division. For division, we'll take in the, this is the horizontal way. We'll do it in the vertical way. So it's easy to cancel out. Now see here, this is 2a divided by a. So a and a gets cancelled. That is 1. And then what remains is 2. Same for here. M5 divided by this. I did it in the vertical way. So there are two ways of doing it. Since you all don't know the exponents, like whenever the division, there is a rule of the exponent. I will just write that exponent rule also. A raised to m divided by a raised to n. That is a raised to m minus n. This is the standard rule for exponent. So you can also write, if you are following this rule, you can also write that will be m. The base is same, isn't it? A means this is the base and this is the power. So what are you going to write? What is here? 5 minus 3, that is m raised to 2. This also can be done. This is one of the way. Or if you haven't done the exponents, so what are we going to do? We are just, this is very simplified way, that m you are going to write this 5 times. You are going to multiply it. And this m you are going to multiply 3 times, and then you are going to cancel out this and this and this gets cancelled, this and this cancelled. So what remains is m into m, that is m square. You can do anyways, okay? Now we will go for the next problem. So now again here I have simplified. First thing, this we'll think about later. We'll keep as it is. Now what I have done for this x square, I wrote x into x. For this y square, I wrote y into y, and z is alone. Now here this for x cube, that is x into x into x, y cube, y into y into y, and z square is z into z. So now what we can do now, first look at the coefficient. So what is that? When you write 3 divided by 6 over 3 ones are, and this is 2. Okay, and then what cancel out? X and x gets cancelled, this x and x gets cancelled, y and y get cancelled, y and y gets cancelled, this z and z gets cancelled. So in the numerator, this is the numerator and this is the denominator, right? So now what are you going to do? You see nothing means you have to write 1. And in the denominator, you have 2. And what is here? X, y, and z. So this is x, y, z. Okay, now we will go for the next one. Now what does this say? Group the following sets of terms into like and unlike. So these are the sets given of these terms, and we have to group it. So again I wrote the definition. We have done that in the glossary part in my previous, not previous, but the first video of this chapter, that is the glossary. So you will again see in that what is like and unlike, but still I have again written this one. Like terms are terms that have the same variables, okay, and unlike terms are terms that have different variables. Okay, now in this problem what we can see, so the grouping of the terms, like we are going to do, they have asked for the grouping, isn't it? So now here look at here, this is a and 2a is going to be together, so that is the like term. See here, this is a and this also is a. And the second part here, don't get confused that here also you have a, but along with that you have b as well. So this is unlike. Hope you got this one. There is b as well, so that is going to be unlike. Now look at the second problem. So now what we can see from here, like term is what? This is a square b square. So this is a square b square. Again, where do we have a square b square is here. So this a square b square goes over here. Okay, so these also are the like terms. Again, what you can see in the second group, what you can do is a square b, and this is also a square b. So these are also like. So we have made we don't have any unlike here because we have 4 terms over here. So now in the second one, again this a square b square b and this one, these are the like terms. Hope you got this problem. Okay, now we will go for the next one. So now look at the like terms. Now here the 10xy. Okay, and now whether you can see anywhere xy, we can see over here that is yx. If I write a 5 into 3, that also is 15. And if I'm writing 3 into 5, that also is 15. So multiplication you can write both ways, isn't it? So same here, xy and yx, that is actually xy means x into y, and yx is y into x. Both are the same. So these comes under the like terms. Okay, now look at the next one. Here is yz. And anyway we have yz over here, that is again we have this is reversed zy. Okay, so these both are the like terms. Now what you can see, the last we have finished for this one, 10. This is done, this also is done, and this also is done, and what remains, this is alone. Okay, so it doesn't have here, so that is unlike. Okay, now look at the next problem. So now what does the next problem here? Which are the like terms? Now we will see for PQR. Don't look at the coefficient, only the variables. Now where you can see PQR over here is PQR is here, and again you can see PQR. See, it is RPQ. That is nothing but when you change it to that is going to be PQR only. So these all 3 are like terms. Now here the PQ and r square. Anywhere you can see p cube r square? Yes, over here. That is r square p cube means, again that is the same when we change it to that. So this is the other like term. Hope you got about this one. Now let us go for the next exercise. So this exercise is done, 7.2. So now what does this say? That they said they classify the following expressions as monomials, binomials, trinomials, or polynomials. This also have explained in the previous. What is mono? Mono means 1. Bi means 2, tri means 3, and poly means this can be 1 or many. Okay, now look at here. Now here this is just 1, so we can say monomial. Now this has three terms. These three terms, so we can say trinomial. Why? Because these signs are used. These are the separators. So before and after, we have to see what is that. So there are three terms. Now look at this one. This plus is this. This is the separator. So there are two terms over here. So this is binomial. Again, here what we can see is here 1, 2, 3 and 4, but here what you can see now, these are not actually 4, but can you see here, this also is y square and this also is y square. So first thing you have to solve that. So what is this going to be? X square is going to be same as it is like here, and this this one minus y square. You know, if it is written minus y square means there is over here is 1 and here also is 1. So minus 1 and minus 1 becomes what? Minus 2, right? When you add it together. So when you add that, we are going to see that integers later. This when you add this one, these both get added and the minus sign remains as it is. So it is going to be minus 2y square. And this is 144. So now you can see that there are only three terms. Okay, so don't get confused for this one saying that there are four terms. Okay, so this is trinomial. Now look at here, this is just one, that is monomial. Okay, and again here is one, so that is monomial. Now let us go for the next one. Here it says that the perimeter P of a polygon is 5 times each side, and write the general formula for P. So now it said 5 times each side means it is, we don't know what is the side first, isn't it? So what are we going to do? We will write here, let S be the side of a polygon. Okay, so because we don't know the side. So now what did it say? P is, what did they say? Read the first sentence. The perimeter P of a polygon is 5 times each side. So let us write P, this P, okay, of a is means is equal to, and 5 times each side. It means 5 times each side. Let us write here each side. And then what are we going to write in the next step? That P is 5. Times means you are going to multiply. Okay. And side means what did we consider over here? That we have considered S as the side. So this is going to be 5S. So the general formula for P is 5S. Okay. 5 multiplied by S, that is going to be 5S. Hope that is clear. Now we'll go for the next problem. That next problem says that write an algebraic expression for the product of PQR divided by 100. So now what are we going to do? We are going to split the first this into two. Like they said, product of PQR. Okay, product of PQR means product is we are going to multiply. First when you multiply this PQR means what do you get? We get for this, we get as PQR, isn't it? And then what are we going to do? We are going to divide this one PQR by 100. So PQR by 100. So this is the answer. Now let us go to the next problem. That is the cost of X pencils is 150, and write the algebraic expression for the cost of each pencil. Each pencil means each says that one pencil. Okay. Now what are we going to do? Cost of X pencils. Cost of X pencils, they have seen. We will see the first. This one, the sentence. What does it say? The cost of X pencils is 150 rupees. So cost of one pencil is means is equal to 150. And then they were asked for the cost of each pencil. Each means one. So what are you going to do? Below these pencils, you are going to write your pencils. Okay. So now this one pencil is, we don't know what is the cost. So what are we going to do? We are going to cross multiply. Okay, because many times you don't know 150 should be up or 150 should be down, that is in the denominator. So this cross multiplication works for such type of problems. Okay, so now here we don't know anything means this we'll consider this as X. So now what should you take in the numerator? Numerator means what are the two numbers which we know, that is 150 into 1, right? So this is to be taken in the numerator. Again, we don't know what, otherwise if you don't know what, you after cross multiplication you put a cross over here, still you don't know what should be taken in the numerator and denominator. So what you have to remember, the two numbers whatever are there here, that you have to take in the numerator. And this, can you see when you, this is the second one, so what does it say? X into this one. So here we are going to take here cost of X pencil, so we don't have to write here, just we are going to put a comma over here, means question mark over here. So we'll just write here in the denominator X, because this is single on this one. Okay, so now 1 into 150 is going to be 150 over X now, and this is in rupees, so don't forget to write this rupees. Hope you got this one. Now the next problem says that what will be the 100th term of the series having the generalized formula of 6x plus 2. So now to find the 100th term of the series having the generalized formula is given as 6x plus 2. What we do here, 100 terms means we are going to substitute x as 100. Okay. In this formula, we are going to substitute x as 100. So what are we going to do? This all things you have to write, whatever I wrote over here. So we substitute x as 100 in the formula and simplify. So what will you do? Now this is 6. I'll write here formula also. Okay, below this, what we will do? This 6 as it is. In place of x, you are going to put 100 and plus 2. So now when we write this 6 and we put here 100, that means there is again here multiplication sign over here. So 6 into 100 is going to be this into this is going to be 600 and this is plus 2. What is that going to be? 602. So again we'll write it that therefore the 100th term of the series is 602. Okay. Now we will go for the next one. What does the next problem says that find the 35th term of the series with the generalized formula. The formula is given as 10x minus 4. So what will we do over here to find the 35th term of the series? Okay. This thing is as it is, okay? So what are we going to do? 35th term is asked. So we'll put as x as 35 in the formula and simplify. So again, I'll just put this formula here. So what does this say? 10x minus 4. So 10 is as it is. In place of x, I put 35 and this is minus 4. So what is this going to be? When I multiply 10 into 35, that is going to be 350 and minus 4. Okay, so that is going to be 346. So we'll write here the 35th term of the series is 346. Now the next one, they said find the value of the following expressions when x is going to be 2. And this is very easy. This is the expression given. Only where you see x, you are going to put 2. So you are going to write substituting x is substituting means you are going to put x is equal to 2 into the expression. And we have in this one, if you put it 2x plus 5. So in place of x, you are going to put 2. Again, that means 2 into 2, that is going to be 4 plus 5. And the answer is 9. Now the same thing when this is given, you are going to put the value as x is going to be 2. So what is that? Minus 4 into x, that is x is 2. So minus 4 into 2, 4 to the 8 and this minus sign is over here. So answer is minus 8. Same for the here it says 5x minus 3. So 5x minus 3, x is 2 here. 5 to the 10, 10 minus 3, that is going to be 7. Now the next problem says that 25 by 3 into 6x. 25 by 3 into 6x means x is 2. So in place of this x, we are going to put 2. So 25 by 3 first we'll write as it is. And 6 2s are 12 over here. So now what is there here? This is multiplication over here. Na? So what we can do? First we can simplify. 3 1s are and 3 4s are 12. So now these both are in the numerator, right? So 25 4s are, that is 100. Or there is one more way. What are you going to do? If you don't know to simplify this one, okay, how to simplify this? What will you do? We'll go for this step. That is 25 multiplied by 12 divided by 3. So what we'll do? 25 multiplied by 12 means this is going to be 12 by the 60. And the 12 goes out this one. 24, that is going to be 300. 300 divided by 3. So 12, see here. 12 by the 60 and 12 to the 24 and 6 is going to be 300, is it? So that 300 divided by 3, that is going to be 100. Both are the same. You can follow any method over here. Because in maths we have many methods, so you can follow whichever you feel easy. So now here x2, again we are going to put in this expression 2. So 5 into 10, 10 over 4, that is 10 by 4 you got. So what are you going to do? Again, you are going to simplify. Simplify again if you don't know how to simplify this one. So you are going to write here 10 by 4. Means you will divide both sides by 2. Whenever you want to simplify, you have to divide by the same number. So this is 10 divided by 2 is 5. And 4 divided by 2 is 2. So that answer is 5 by 2. Or here if you want, you can write 2 2s and 2 5s anyways. Okay. The next problem 30x plus 2. So here you are going to put, this will be 60. 60 plus 2 is 62. Now look at this problem, and which will be the last problem. Now it says each side of the regular octagon shown below is denoted by S, and write a formula for the perimeter of this octagon. Octagon means you know the number of sides. Octa means 8. Okay. Penta means 5. Hexa means 6. Okay. Hepta means 7. And octa means 8. Okay. So that you have to remember. Octagon means 8 sides. Okay. So now look at here. This is the octagon given, and what is it? It is denoted by S. These are the sides which are written as S. So we have to write a formula for this one. Okay, these are the sides of that. So now you know this in octagons, we know that there are 8 sides in octagon, right? So the formula for perimeter means what? Again, sum of all sides. What is perimeter? Perimeter is sum of all sides. So you are going to add all the sides. Okay, so how many sides does it have? This have 8 sides, right? And we said we are denoting this by S. So this one side, this one side, this one. So it is going to be, this is very easy, that perimeter means P stands for this perimeter, that is 8S. Okay, so here we have completed. Hi learners, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me for another math session. So this is the fourth part of the same chapter. So let's start. So in the previous one, we have seen the exercise of the same chapter. This workout is nothing but the revision part of it, like all the mixed questions of the whatever are given in the exercise. Only the numbers have been changed. So let us see for the first question over here. Now, what does this say? They said that choose the correct option. Okay, so now look at here. They said 250 chocolates are to be distributed among A students. Okay, so here the expression for the number of chocolate received by each student will be how much. Okay, so now what does this say? Each means this is 1, so there are A number of students. So what are we going to do? We'll see here A students. How many chocolates are here? 250 chocolates. Okay, now look at here. For one student means we are going to write here below this one, this student and this student comes together. This is how much. So what are we going to do here? As I told you before in this one, so here I'll write it again. That is A students, that is 250 chocolates. Okay, and one student is, we don't know, that is how much. Okay, so we are going to cross multiply. So whenever you cross multiply, you have to look at the two numbers which are together, that you have to write in the numerator. So 250 into 1 is going to be 250, and this is alone, this A is alone, so you are going to write in the numerator. Okay, in the denominator. So what happens here, whenever, if you don't do cross multiplication over here, so you don't know where to write this A, whether you have to write in the numerator or denominator. So in this such type of problems, the cross multiplication works fine. So your correct option is 250 by A. So can you see here, they are given A by 250 also, because many of them do that mistake. Okay, so just follow the cross multiplication method. Okay, so now let us go for the next one. So now these are the terms given. So you know mono means 1, bi means 2, tri means 3, and poly means many. So how many terms are here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to be a polynomial. Okay, now let us go for the next one. Variables are also known as, the other name for that is the literal. So here you don't need any explanation. Now numerical coefficient of minus mn will be how much? So what are you going to do here? Now minus mn, and minus mn means here this is the variable, but minus is there. So here there is 1 which we cannot see. So the coefficient of that is going to be minus 1 and not 1. Okay, so your answer should be minus 1. Now look at the next one. It says the constant term. You know the constant term. These all are given in the glossary in the first part of this chapter. So you just go to that, all the detailed explanation. Constant means without a variable. So this is the expression given. So what we can see, this is just a number. It doesn't have any variable. So the answer is minus 37 by 9. Now it says what is the value of p by 2 if p is equal to minus 2. So this is the expression given, p by 2. You have to just put minus 2 in place of p. So here it comes to minus 1. Hope that is clear. Now we will see for the general term in the series. These are the numbers given. Okay, so now this n, they have given n, the term as, they have asked for the terms. Okay, so they have given everywhere you can see n. So what are we going to do? For the first term, let us calculate. So wherever you see n, you are going to put 1. So 10 into 1 minus 9. So 10 minus 9 is going to be 1, isn't it? But this doesn't satisfy. This first number is 11. So this cannot be. Now let us go for the 2. This is second one. So 10 into 1 minus 1. So what is that? 10 minus 1 is 9. So again, this is not possible. Now let us go for this one. 1 plus 10. 1 plus 10 is 11. Okay, so now this is 11 and this also is 11. Now we have to look, this is for the first term, we have to look for the second term. If we are putting here 2 plus 10, because here, so that is 12. So what happens here? This is also not possible. If we are putting here 3 plus 10, that is 13. So this also is not possible. So even if the first term is the same, you have to look at the other terms as well. Okay, so this also is not possible. Now let us look for the next one. So we are putting here 10 into 1 plus 1. So that is going to be 10 plus 1, that is 11. So this is same. Again, if you are putting 10 into 2 plus 1, because for the second term we'll put 2, right? So here 20 plus 1, that is 21. It's satisfied. Again, once we will try one more. 10 into for the third term is 3 plus 1, 10 into 30. 30 plus 1 is 31. So it's satisfied. So this is the correct option. Hope that is clear. Now we will go for the next one. Express each of the following statements as an algebraic expression. A number increase by 9 and then multiply by 15. So we don't know what is the number. So let us write here that let the number be x. Okay. We'll go step by step. Okay, increase by 9. Increase by 9 means this number is increased by 9. So what will be that? Increase means addition. So this was considered the x. So increase by 9 will be x plus 9. And then multiplied by 15. So this number, whatever we got, that is multiplied by 15. So 15 into x plus. This says that there is a multiplication sign over here, which we cannot see. Okay, so that is not necessary that we have to write that sign. So 15 into, but this bracket is important because there are two terms. If it was just 15x, no need for the bracket. Hope that is clear. So this is the final answer. Now x divided by 5 and subtracted from y multiplied by 2. Let us keep this from, let us think over that later. First, what it is, x divided by 5. So you are going to write here x divided by 5 means x by 5. Okay, then what did they say? Y multiplied by 2. Y multiplied by 2 means 2 into y means 2y. Okay, and now let us come over here. Whenever there is a from, okay, after from whatever that is, the statement is given here, so that we have to catch. Okay, so what did they say? Y multiplied by 2, that is 2y. So 2y should be at the start, and then you will put a subtraction sign, and whatever is in the star here, that will be over here. After this, I'm repeating, after from whatever is there, that should be the start. Hope that is clear. So now next says that 5 less than 3 times a number divided by 40. So 3 times a number, let's keep this at the side. 3 times a number means, first you can write here, let the number be x. You can put here, let the number be x. Okay, so 3 times a number means 3 multiplied by x, times means multiplication. Okay, now we will look here. They said 5 less than 3 times a number, so 3x minus 5, correct? And you are going to divide it by 40. So divided by 40. Okay, so the next one says that the product of 2, product means multiplication, 2 and a number increase by 4. So we are going to consider the number as x. Product of 2 and a number. Okay, so 2 and a number product means multiply. So 2 into x. In this one, we are going to multiply by 2. Increase by 4. Whenever there is a word used increase by 4 means this number is increased by 4 means plus 4. Okay. Now the next says that 8 times the sum of a number and 5. 8 times. Okay. What is this? Is sum of a number. Sum means addition. Okay, of a number and 5. So we don't know what is the number. So let the number be x. Sum of a number and 5. Number and 5. Sum means we are going to add this one. Okay, and then what does this say? 8 times the sum of the number and 5, right? So 8 times, this is over here, 8 times the sum of a number and 5. So this is the answer. Next one is they say group the like terms together. So like means same. Okay, so now what are these one? We can see here x, here also x, and here also x. Okay, so we are going to put in a separate bracket, bring it together. So because they have said bring it together here, we are going to put an addition sign. So this is 1 in the bracket because these all are x. Then what remains is y and y. So we are going to bring this together and put here y and y. Okay, and we don't have to solve it further. If they tell us to solve further, means this minus x plus x goes off. So what will remain here is 5x, and here plus, and here this when you add this means there is 1 over here 7, 1 plus 7, that is going to be 8y. But we don't want this answer, we just want the, just they ask us for the grouping. And one more thing, because this is a long expression, what you have to do, you have to just put a tick mark. 5x, you will put here x, this we are going to put it here, this we are going to put it here, this we are going to put it here. Okay, so now what you can see that you have put all the variables, right, in the proper place, means you haven't missed anything, because even if you miss something to note down over here, the answer will be wrong. Okay, so make it a habit of putting a tick mark when you note write in the this and the when we do the grouping. Okay, now goes here. Now what I did here, because this x was first, I just put here this x and 4x. So this is in one bracket because both are the same. Put a plus sign. This and this are z, so that is in the other bracket. So that's done. Now for the next problem, that is m and m. So here I put in one bracket, n and n I put in the other bracket. In between there is a plus sign, and what you can see, this plus 8, that is alone without a variable, so that is outside. Okay, now let us see for a. A is alone, so we'll put it here. Now for b, this and this one, so we are going to put in one bracket. Then again this and this one, but along with the sign, remember here, especially whenever there is a negative sign, you have to put a negative sign. That is very important. So variable, we have to go back and see what is the sign. So that is in a bracket. Now they perform the following operations: AB into BC. A is alone, so here is alone. B into B, so you know B into B means there is 1 and 1. So 1 plus 1 becomes 2, so B square. And this is C. Okay, so A, B square C. Now 25a square divided by 5a. So what are we going to do here? First, this is division, right? So these are the coefficients, right? So we are going to divide the coefficients. So 25 divided by 5. So that is going to be 5. Now we are going to divide a square by a. So I wrote it in the vertical, divide the variables. So this I have written for your understanding. So now here, a square means a into a, and this. So what happens? This and this gets cancelled. So this is a. So now this is not a final answer. So what are you going to do? Because I have just divided the coefficients and this one to avoid the mistakes. So this final answer is 5 into a. So that is 5a. Okay, so this you have to bring whatever these answers, you have to bring it together. Now the next one says that 38 ABCD divided by 19 AB. So again here you are going to divide the coefficient. So 38 divided by 9 is 2. Then the variables, this you are going to divide the variables. So ABCD divided by AB. So A and A, B and B. So what remains is CD. So again here the same. Here you have to compare this and this, right? 2 is here because these are the coefficient, and CD means you have to mix together. That is 2CD. Next problem says that this is multiplication. Okay, here is multiplication, so be careful. Now this minus 81 into 9, that you have to multiply the coefficient, that is minus 7 to 9. Then what are you going to do? Multiply the variables PQ into RS, that is PQRS. Then bring this together, multiply this together, means minus 7 to 9 PQRS. Now this is very important. Now can you see here, this is addition. So what I do, you are going to add the coefficient. So 23 plus 8, 31. But now here, look at the variables. When you write here 23xy and plus 8xy. Okay, so this will be 31, but these, the variables remain the same. They are not, so variables remain unchanged, we can say. This is very important. So you have to just write xy. Whether it is plus or minus, both is the same, the variables remain unchanged. Okay. Now here, see here, okay, here there is a subtraction problem here. So 34 and 14 is 20. So you have to subtract. And of course the variables remain unchanged over here because there is a negative sign. So you will just write 20 ST. Now the next question says that Arif's present age is Y years and find his age after 5 years. So after 5 years means now we are going to add it. So present age is Y. So after 6 years means you are going to add Y plus 6. Okay. Now his age 3 years ago means before 3 years. This is present age is Y. Before 3 years means it is going to be Y minus 3. Okay. Now what does the next question says that his mother's age, who is 5 years older than twice of his age. Okay, so what are we going to do first? We will think what twice of his age. Twice of his age means the age is given as Y years, right? So twice of his age means this is of 2Y, correct? And then they said 5 years elder. His mother is 5 years elder means 2Y plus 5. Hope you got it. Now his grandmother's age, whose age is 4 times his age. You know his age is Y. 4 times means you are going to multiply. So 4Y years. Next question says that his father's age, who is 2 years elder than his mother. Mother is here 2y plus 5. Okay. And father is 2 years elder. So you are going to add 2. But then this is not a final answer. 2y and this plus 5 plus 2 is going to be plus 7. So 2y plus 7 is a final answer. Okay, now look at the next question that says that a car charges rupees X per kilometer. For 1 kilometer, that is, the charges are rupees X. If a customer is given a discount of 50 rupees on the total bill, then write the algebraic expression for the amount the customer has to pay for traveling 6 kilometers. So this is very simple actually. Now for 1 kilometer, that is X that is given here. So for 6 kilometers, how much? So now see a kilometer together. So when you multiply, cross multiplication works over here as well. So this 2 you are going to multiply, that is 6x, and this 1 goes in the denominator. So that is going to be rupees 6x. But then this is not done. Then they said a discount is given at 50 rupees. So you have to subtract. This is 6x. From there you have to subtract 50. Hope you got it. Then the next question says that Rima has 12A flowers and Ria has 6 flowers more than Rima. So 12A and this is more than Rima means you are going to add plus 6. Okay, so 12A plus 6 flowers. And this should be written in the bracket because there are 2 terms. So brackets is very important. Okay. Now they said, now look at this question. Rahul spends rupees Y daily and saves rupees Z per week. What is his income for 3 weeks? Okay, so now first thing what we are going to do, they said the spending, right? So here let us see the spending. The weekly spending is how much? So weekly spending is daily spending into number of days in a week, right? So number of days in a week are how many? 7. So daily how many? They said daily spending is Y, isn't it? The Y is said. Okay, and the number of days in a week means the 7. So we are going to see how much is in the week. So you are going to multiply by 7. So that is going to be 7y. Okay, so what did we get? We got this same thing is written over here. 1 week spending is 7y. So what we want for 3 weeks spending, right? First we'll think of the 3 weeks spending and then we'll think about the saving part. So for 3 weeks means what I can do, it's simple. You are going to multiply this by 3. So that is going to be 21y. So this is something, this is for the spending. Now let us see for the saving. Saving also the same. 1 week saving is, it is already given here. Z per week. Per week means 1 week saving is Z. So again we will see the same thing. 3 weeks saving, that is 3Z. Okay. So once we know the spending and we know the saving, so now we will find out the income. Income is very easy. What is his income for 3 weeks? So income is nothing but total saving plus spending. So how much did they save? 3Z. Okay. And spending, how much did they spend? That is that is for 3 weeks, right? So that is 21Y. Okay. So this is something, this is Z and this is Y. So what did I do? I wrote here because alphabetically when you see Y comes first, right? So Y and this is Z. Okay. So even if you write this is not wrong, but just make it a habit of writing alphabet. Okay. So this is the answer for that. Okay. Now see here, Akash has toffees and his brother Amit has 6 toffees less than Akash. How many toffees do they have together? So Akash is having this T toffees and his brother T toffees less than Akash means what? First let us see T toffees less than Akash means it is going to be less means T minus 6. Okay, so now look at here total toffees. They asked the total toffees, right? So here Akash T toffees and this Amit means T minus 6. So when you add, you remove the brackets T plus T minus 6. So what will you get over here? T plus T means 2T minus 6. So hope this is clear to you. The next question says that 18 years ago, this is ago means before, okay? Sandeep was P years old. If P is equal to 13, how old is Sandeep now? Now means the present age, okay? We don't know the age of Sandeep present age. So let us write here. Sandeep's present ages means ago means before it was 18 years ago, Sandeep was P years old. So present age can be write like this, P plus 18, isn't it? So we are going to add first. So now what I am going to do, this is the expression what we got. So they said put P is equal to 13. So we are going to put here P is equal to 13 in the equation. So what are we going to do? This same equation I wrote over here. So it is going to be 13 plus 18. So that is going to be 31 years. So now we will want the present age. Now means the present age. So Sandeep is 31 years old now. Okay, so now the next question says that write the terms and the numerical coefficients of each other following terms. So this is given. So how many terms we have? 1, 2, 3. So what did I do? I did this one into the sections, that is the terms and the numerical coefficients. So what did I do? This term I wrote here, this term I wrote here, along with the sign. 4 I wrote here. So now when you are writing the terms over here, now for the coefficient means just the number, just forget about this variable. So minus 5 along with the sign. Forget this variable, 3. This 4 is alone, so 4. Okay. So now the next one says that these are the 3 terms. This one term, this one term, this one term and this one term. So same term over here, same term over here, along with the sign over here. So now we will cut down the variables. So coefficient is 24. Cut down the variable, the coefficient is 5. Cut down the variable, the coefficient is minus 2. So hope that is clear. So by this way, we have completed this chapter. So we can stop over here. So before that, please do like and subscribe to this channel so you get the notification of the other part of the other chapters and many more. Thank you.